Do you know what? It is Friday morning's Trax FM Breakfast show. Welcome to the show. Kian's on the show today.
Hello!
How are you, sir?
I'm very good, and yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Do you know, I met you with Westlife a few times.
Yeah.
This is weird, the room being empty.
I know, it's pretty weird.
Is that odd for you?
I'm slowly getting used to it.
Yeah.
You know, I think doing the first few interviews and, you know, going on the promo trail that I would normally be going on with the three boys and... it's the quietness that I'm not used to, you know, in the car, on the journeys and things like that. Like, you know, it's quite mad, really, how quiet it all is all of a sudden.
But do you now get everything your own way? So you can eat where you want to eat, go where you want to go?
The thing is, I'm not fussy, you know. I'm not one of these people that's like, I want to have this and I want to have... I'm like,
you should be. Yeah. You're a star. Abuse that.
I like stopping at Marks and Spencer's and getting a coffee. And
is that what you do?
That's all I do, yeah. You know, it's like, you know...
And we thought it was all rock star Nando's this, Nando's that, but no.
Well, you know, the Nando's thing has gone over the top, isn't it?
You think so?
Come on, let's talk about it. Like, seriously. Like, Nando's is good, but it's not that good.
I think it's good. Who's
sauce.
agreeing? Is that your entourage agreeing? Oh, you're paid to agree. Shut up.
I love hot sauce. I love the Nando's hot sauce.
Okay.
Well, actually, I have a better version of the Nando's hot sauce that you can't get in this country, so I won't annoy you about that. But just the Nando's thing for me, it's just a bit.
Can I be honest? And please don't think less of me for this. I always go lemon and herb. Never go hot. Sorry?
You know, it's okay because I used to be a lemon and herb man. You? I used to be.
What converted you?
There's these spicy chicken wings that we get in a restaurant back in Ireland in my village, and they're amazing, but they're chilly. Do you know what I mean? But they're so nice that the first time I tried one, it burnt my mouth off, and I was like, but it was still so good, I needed to have another one.
You went back for more still.
So it got me on the chili buzz, and then I started eating curries, and then it kept going and going and going and going and going, and now I unless I'm sweating from my scalp, it's all very boring.
Have you ever tried an afternoon at Krispy Kreme donut?
No.
Give it a go. Delightful.
Just a Krispy Kreme donut in the afternoon.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you know, I probably have.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
probably
good.
Have.
It's good. What is your biggest guilty pleasure? Not just food. Let's move away from food. What is your biggest guilty pleasure in life? What can't you resist, Kian? Good question. Hey, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. A new surfboard. I have a terrible thing about buying new surfboards. I've got so many surfboards, and my garage in Ireland is just it's like a surf shop. And my wife is.
So how many surfboards roughly?
I'm up on about 30.
30? You don't need 30 surfboards.
I know, this is the problem. That's why it's guilty pleasure, man. 30? You ask me for a guilty pleasure, don't give me grief about
30
it.
30 surfboards?
Yeah.
Wow. How does your wife feel about you surfing now that you're a dad? Because I thought that's a fairly dangerous sport for a father, is it not? Pottering around an allotment is more your bag now, surely, no?
No, it's not. I won't be pottering around any allotments anytime soon.
Okay.
That is a very dull and boring way to spend my afternoon.
Compared to surfing, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Surfing and hot sauce, that's a day, my friend.
There you go. There you go. Hot sauce for breakfast, surfing and, straight afterwards.
So when you go to radio stations down TV channels, do they introduce you as, are you Kian from Westlife? Are you Kian solo artist? Or are you Kian King of the Jungle? What are you introduced as mainly? All those three things.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lengthy intro.
I'm still Kian from Westlife. You know, I think that's kind of, most people would probably still see me as Kian from Westlife. And until you establish yourself as a solo artist, as a successful solo artist, you don't become anything more than just Kian from Westlife. When I won the Jungle, I was still Kian from Westlife. I was Kian from Westlife going in. I was Kian from Westlife coming out. Because I was Kian from Westlife, So just to
round up, you are Kian from Westlife.
Yes.
We've got the right fellow in.
Westlife doesn't exist anymore, but I'm the right fella.
Is it now? Is it over completely? Is it really over?
Yeah.
Because people are kind of saying, one day it'll happen again. It may come back. It's definitely done.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So many hearts broken. There is
I don't know. I mean, my gut feeling is that, I would really love to do something like in the distant future.
Yeah.
Not around the corner, not like in 6 months' time, but like in a few years' time, I think it would be good to do something. But right now, I kind of feel like we're all learning ourselves as individuals. We all need to know what it feels like to be an individual. I think we were Kay and Shane, Nicky and Mark from Westlife for so long that we forgot our second name. We realised our second name wasn't Westlife.
Yeah. But which member of the band
Yeah.
would pick up the phone first to start it all over again? Who do you think misses the band the most?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ain't that good?
That's very
Is
good.
that the first time today you've been asked that question? Ain't that good?
I don't know.
Who's desperate for it back? Because there must be. You can't all be that busy.
Probably Brian.
You think? For his own special reasons.
Probably because he hasn't done it in like 8 years.
Would Brian go back, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think Brian would love to come back, yeah.
Okay, so why couldn't he, if there was to be a Westlife again, would he be involved, do you think?
I don't know. I don't see a big thing around it going no.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't a member of Westlife for a very, very, very long time. So I think to an extent, it might be a little bit weird if he was a full, I don't know, it's like, can you be nothing but a full member of Westlife, I suppose? You know, it's
like
weird.
A part-time member?
Yeah.
Flexi-time member?
For the odd song.
I'll do the encore. Is that all right?
You weren't on this album. You can't sing this one.
You've got the week off.
Yeah.
That's right. I think he'd do it, wouldn't he? I think he'd do it.
Yeah.
Is he busy? I mean, are you in touch with Brian still?
I am actually. Yeah, actually, I'm playing in his golf tournament in the summer this year. He rang me up and asked me to do that.
That seems tame compared to surfing.
I know.
How dull is that day going to be?
I just hit the ball as hard as I can. I'm like Happy Gilmore style. Get out of the way or I'll take your head off at this club.
That's what you do. So when you were in the jungle, I mean, when we followed it at home in our house a lot, and this was great. It was nice to see you come across. We hadn't seen you as a family man before. And to see, to hear about your wife and your little boy and stuff, and we've got 2 kids ourselves,
right.
And to see that bit where you were in the cage and they paraded a picture of your wife and your son past you.
Wasn't that really mean?
Mate, that got me there. It's like
ITV,
that is below the belt. You can't do that.
I know, that was so cruel, man.
I really fell for you.
That was so cruel.
That was your lowest, wasn't it, I think?
Well, that was the lowest emotional moment for sure. You know, kind of like I'd already seen Jodie at that point, and that had brought out quite a bit of emotion in me. But you know, when you see your wife and you don't see your son, you know, if you've got 2 kids, the first thing you start thinking about after that is your son, you know, or your children. So that was definitely a bit of a kind of dagger at the time. I had some really down days where I was just like I wasn't actually physically able to move out of bed. Like I literally wasn't able to move because I had no energy whatsoever. I think they were probably the low points. But you know, I think it's the mental challenge of the whole thing that makes it such a big challenge. You know, it is leaving your child and your wife behind for so long and doing something like that. I don't think I realised it was going to be that difficult to leave them all behind, you know.
See, our little boy Jack 4 started school last year. Mate, broke my heart.
Did it? Yeah.
I mean, he was fine. For me, a horrendous week of he's not around at lunchtime anymore.
Yeah.
He's gone all day. That's it forever now.
I know.
Oh my God! It's like
waiting for you to walk in the door and him run at you with his arms up and go,
and that happens, God. And there's you in a cage, for God's sake, and they're putting your son's photo in front of you.
I know. This is awful. It's pretty tough.
So this then kind of like gets rid of the myth that I thought it was just a mere TV studio, but it really happened. You were really in the jungle.
Everything but a TV studio. Everything but.
Is it as harsh as we think it is back here?
It's actually harder.
Okay.
Because you're only seeing 40 minutes, 45 minutes of what we do on a daily basis. I mean, I know the show's an hour long, but you're only actually seeing 45 minutes of what we're doing.
Yep.
I mean, we're in there 24/7. You know, we're literally there for 3.5 weeks. The show only airs for 21 days. We're in there for 27. So you're in there 6 days.
It's a long old
before
time.
it starts.
What was the biggest?
And you have a week cut off before it starts.
Okay, so you're without your family for like a week before as well.
Yeah, so it's like 4.5 weeks.
Who because and you were so friendly and so kind. You may not want to answer this, but what quality annoyed you? I say quality. What annoyed you the most about your fellow campmates? Because there's things that we wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, there was things that I saw when I came out afterwards.
Oh, okay.
That I didn't see, and I do think Amy was given a bit of a rough time by some of the older women in the camp. And I didn't realise that was going on as much as it was. Had I actually realised that was going on as much as it was, I definitely probably would have gotten involved there. So I thought that was pretty strange. I mean, there was some nasty names being used throughout the process of that for Amy. I mean, Amy's just a young girl who's just like trying to get on. You know, she didn't do anybody any harm in there. There was parts of Amy that annoyed me too. She was pretty lazy, but you know, like leave her alone. I kind of thought, you know, it wasn't that bad either. Apart from that, I'll be honest with you, I got on very well with everybody else. Matthew annoyed me every now and again when he was a bit of a bully in a few different ways. You know, kind of insisting on being the leader of the fire and get away from my fire and things like that. But you know, these are all things that happen when you're in that environment. You know what I mean? And to me, it's all about how you control yourself in that situation. You know, that I think that's kind of why I ended up doing quite well, is because I managed to control myself. And if I really felt like I needed to say something, I did say it. You know, but I just managed to control myself to stop myself from just being, you know, a nasty kind of over the top. Have a row.
You've not got a nasty bone in your body, surely.
Everybody's a nasty. No.
No,
I don't think I'm a nasty guy.
What would make you snap? What is it that you can't stand in people?
Well, bullying makes me snap for sure. If I seen someone getting a really rough time, I find it pretty difficult to step back and not jump in, you know. But everything is heightened in there. That's the big thing about it. It's very heightened in there. You're in there and it's like, you know, your emotions, you know, the realities of what's going on around you. It's much bigger. You seem to be quite embarrassed about how much of a fan of Westlife Rebecca was. And we saw this quite a lot at home. She was in awe of being around you. She was properly excited, weeping almost over being in the camp with Kian from Westlife. Yeah,
but I'm guessing
weird.
You must have had years of that before that, surely.
you know, she didn't do it around me, which was nice, because it's not that it was weird. It was kind of a bit uncomfortable, you know, like when somebody's there every 5 seconds going, oh, I'm such a big fan.
And they're so close to you, on the same rock as you.
Yeah,
I mean,
but she was a lovely girl. I think after a while she got past the whole thing, and, you know, she kind of got over the fact that I was a member of Westlife, and, you know, we just got on quite well, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, she was lovely. I got on very well with Rebecca. I think she's a real sweetheart. So, you know, I wouldn't have a bad word said about her.
Because I guess Westlife fans now they're perhaps my age, early to mid-30s.
I would think so.
Yeah. Probably. So do you get accosted less generally on the high street? Because I guess they're now mums, they've got their own families, they've matured a little bit. Is it different now?
It's weird when you have people come up, like a 10-year-old come up to you going, my mum loves you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
I feel ancient now, cheers.
Yeah.
Naff off.
Yeah. But no, and I have to say, coming out of the jungle, that did change dramatically as well. I did feel a big surge of a younger audience be kind of interested in.
Good for the back catalogue, I hear you.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Widening my audience. Now, you say ka-ching, not me.
I did say ka-ching. So you must have been offered other shows. So I guess the skating people came to you. I'm guessing Big Brother came to you. Did they? Does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, over the years, yeah, absolutely. But I kind of definitely felt like, you know, I'm a Celebrity was the only show that I kind of would ever be interested in doing, simply because of the outdoors of it, you know, the idea of it. I mean, I did watch Jump this year and think that could have been fun. But, you know...
That seems easy, though, compared to 3 weeks in the outback, doesn't it? Just a bit of jumping into a pool, I mean. Yeah. How hard is that?
Yeah. Splash as well, that was a bit... No, they're not really for me. No, I like a tough challenge, you know. I like something really challenging. I mean, I do watch Celebrity Big Brother all the time, but that's a nasty show.
That for somebody who hates bullying so much, as we all do, I guess, not the place to be, probably.
Yeah, I would get in a lot of rows in that house.
Okay. Let's talk about what you're here to talk about. The solo career is launched. Mm-hmm. It's an exciting time, Kian.
It is. It's a nerve-wracking time as well, though. You know, I mean, I suppose coming out of the jungle, I wasn't really expecting to go straight into music. You know, I thought, to be honest with you, that Westlife was probably going to be music. Was going to, in a serious sense, was probably going to be it for me. I never expected to kind of have an offer from a major record label to come at me and kind of say, come on, let's make an album. So
was there no offer before the jungle that came after the jungle show?
It came after the jungle, yeah. It came after the jungle. And, you know, because I wasn't someone that pursued it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think in order, like, I'm not saying that I might not have got a record deal before the jungle, because I just never looked for one. You know, I didn't pursue it. I didn't try and get a music manager and go and start making demos or anything like that, you know. It just happened really, really fast. And, you know, I was really kind of taken back by the offer. And now I'm super excited about it. I'm really happy with the album. I'm really happy with the way it sounds. The response has been amazing. You know, just kind of the feeling that I'm getting off everybody is that they're all loving it and that they're all really enjoying it. And I'm enjoying it. So it's like, you know, it's just all good kind of karma at the minute. It's all kind of good vibes.
Are they all Westlife fans, do you think?
Probably. I would imagine so.
That's no bad thing.
No, of course. I mean, a fan's a fan. It doesn't matter whether you're a Westlife fan or a Man United fan.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll take anything.
Well, it's not just that. I think if people, you know, you make music for people who are going to enjoy it, don't you? Yeah. You don't make the music for the critics, or you don't make the music for the people that aren't interested. You make the music for the people that are interested. You know, so hopefully I would like to think that the Westlife fans will be interested, and if they are, brilliant.
But now you can't hide. It's you lead vocals every single song.
Yeah.
That's a hard day at the office, isn't it?
No, it's that's what's really exciting for me, because I think, you know, for a long time in Westlife, I wasn't getting to do that. You know, I mean, I was mainly a backing vocalist in Westlife, and I did have lead parts here and there, but this has given me a real opportunity to kind of prove myself in that sense as well, and kind of go to people, look, you know, all right, yeah, I was more of a backing vocalist in Westlife than I was a lead vocalist, but here's a full album of just me, you know, I've got the goods too, I can do it.
Were there ever any squabbles? And I spoke to Gary Boyle about this once, about how you kind of divide who's doing what in the band, and who's doing lead, who's doing backing vocals?
Very few. We always kind of, for the first few years of the band, we always let the producers decide. So, you know, whoever was making the record, they would be the ones who would decide who would sing what. And then it kind of just became the norm that Shane and Nicky were the lead singers. And
wildly unfair, we all thought, Kian.
You know, now that I look back at it, I kind of agree. But no, it worked. And you know what? Shane and Mark are amazing singers. They really, really are. And I think, when you're in a band with two singers like that, it is pretty difficult. I was always the type of person when I sat in a studio and I went, you know what? It's got to be what's best for the band. It's got to be, if this is going to be the first single, it's got to sound amazing, and we've got to make it sound the best that we can make it sound. So, I wasn't up for me. I was up for us. And then it always got to a point where we were used to try and find a Kian and Nicky song, which was always quite funny. Because me and Nicky would be sitting there going,
what can we do?
We don't actually sing on this album
today.
We don't actually have any lead vocals on this album. God. What should we do is let's find a song that Kian and Nicky can sing on it. It became the Kian and Nicky song after a while, and it became quite a kind of here we go.
They're trying to find us work. This is embarrassing now. My God, come on. What is I guess people always ask you what your favourite Westlife song is. What is the song? No, I'm not going to ask you that.
Okay.
I don't care. What is the song you can't stand? What is the song they made you do time and time again? Take that, hate. Was it We Found Heaven? Is that a song? Take that, Eddie? We Found Heaven. Take that, hate that song. Don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
What was the Westlife song you kind of thought, we should never release that?
The Rose.
The Road.
The Rose.
The Rose. What song was that?
Do you know?
Not one of your songs, backing vocals?
Well, no.
There is that.
Outside of that, I don't know. I just found it really... the Batman, some say love it is. I was just like, seriously?
Dan, you're ruining this for me now.
Standing on the stage singing The Rose.
Yeah. Not for you.
We did it on one tour and I just went, never again, lads.
Is that it?
Everybody agreed.
Do you get embarrassed about Westlife songs being played? Because on shows like The X Factor,
I love that.
Everybody's lucky. What about now the key change comes in?
It's
brilliant again. You like that?
Brilliant, love it.
Yeah. Because they'll be around forever, won't they? It was a massive part of people's lives for so long.
Well, yeah, I mean... God, it's a massive part of my life anyway, so it'll always be around for me. But it is quite strange when you hear them on the radio and you watch the X Factor, you sit down and you watch the X Factor and it's all over the X Factor. You're like, wow, they're still playing Westlife on the X Factor. You know what I mean? It's great. I think it goes to show that our music was quite emotional and it kind of did hit the nerves of a lot of different people around the world. So I'm very proud of it. Absolutely. I love my Westlife roots. It's the last thing in the world I want to lose.
Do you own the albums? Do you have them?
I have every album.
Do you really?
Yeah.
In order of release date? On a shelf somewhere? Mahogany, I'm thinking.
I'll get to that point. I'm more of a teak man. But I will get to that point where I do actually have them all on a shelf because it's only in the last year that I've managed to actually, get the awards and the discs and start putting them up on the wall and stuff like that.
There must be a lot of stuff there.
Well, for a long time they just build up up in a storage room in a house in, my house in Ireland or, in an office in London or something like that. So it's only in the last kind of year that I've had enough time to actually go, hey, let's get the discs out. And
let's get some nails in the wall. I've got some time.
Yeah,
come on.
Exactly. A bit of DIY.
That's lovely. Okay, so March 17th, debut album.
Yes.
It's going to be a big month for you. I'm sure it'll do fantastically well.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, are we going to tour with the album as well? Is there some tour dates planned?
Not at the moment. I kind of haven't had a chance to even think about that yet. We made the album so quick and, had to get it ready so quick, shoot the video, do the album, photo shoot and, do all the things that come with it and, now get out on the road and do a radio tour and then get back and do all the television shows and, it's a big kind of push, now that the idea of thinking about, right, I've got to get a band together and I've got to do this and I've got to do that and I've got to, it's a lot. So I'm just kind of let's get the album out, let's put it together, let's see how it does and then, let's look at doing some live shows, hopefully the end of summer.
Can you not find some cheap labour on The Voice in Ireland as backing vocals? Think about it. Some of that talent there.
I could.
50 quid cash.
They don't want to be backing vocalists, they all want to be lead singers.
Oh, come on. They know their place. So how old is your son? How old is he?
He's 2 and 3 months now.
Okay, so I look at Annie is 2. So you're going through the stage of not putting their shoes on when they leave the house and having big shops around DIY stores, that kind of stuff.
He's doing all right.
He's okay.
We've had a few moments with him. We're potty training him at the minute.
Oh, we're doing that as well. Oh my god.
He's doing well.
Everywhere you go, there's a potty in a carry bag, back of a buggy. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing look, isn't it?
Yeah. That's. You're carrying around I took him to a little shop the other day, to have lunch. We went in for pizza, and I sit him down, and he's on his big boy's chair, and he's there with Daddy, and we're cheersing. Cheers, buddy. We always cheers our little drinks and stuff like that, and he has his little pizza. And anyways, I go, all right, come on, dude, we go to the toilet. So I bring him up to the toilet and sit him on the toilet, and we got this little thing that you sit on the toilet that he sits on, and he does his little wee-wees, and down we get, and he's all good. I'm like, right, now we're going to go to the shops. Put him in the car, drive around the corner, he's peed all over himself. But we went to the toilet before we left, dude.
And you think, how do I hide it? Is it obvious to anybody else?
Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I went into a certain supermarket, went down to the shelves, took off a pair of tracksuit bottoms, brought them into the toilet, whipped his trousers off, put his tracksuit bottoms on, and went and paid for them.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
That is the showbiz way of potty training.
There you go, dude.
That is how you roll these days.
Listen, there was £6 for a pair of Thomas the Tank.
You can't go wrong with that, can you?
Bottoms, you know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that.
Listen, you've been a terrific guest. Thank you for your time.
Not at all. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Good luck with the record and stuff like that. We're going to play it next. And when Brian phones, when the Westlife thing happens, you let us know.
I will.
It'll happen one day.
I know, I might.
Cheers, kid. Thank you, Kian.
Thank you very much.